Welcome to the Music Center at Strathmore. At this time, please take a moment to silence your cell phones and other devices that make noise. Please continue to wear your mask while inside the Music Center. Video recording and flash photography during this performance is strictly prohibited. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to commencement for the Bullis School Class of 2022. The processional will begin soon. Your applause is welcome and encouraged for all students, but please refrain from shouting out during any part of the ceremony, as this may distract from the enjoyment of others in the audience, and the request of the graduates that every student be celebrated. Your cooperation is appreciated. And now, please welcome dignitaries and special guests of Bullis School, the faculty, and the students of the class of 2022.
Good evening. Please stand. Members of the Board of Trustees, faculty, families, friends, distinguished guests, we present the Bullis School Class of 2022. Good evening. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to our Bullis School commencement exercises for the class of 2022, our 92nd graduating class. We come together today here in this magnificent hall to celebrate the accomplishments of this fabulous class and the important life transition that occurs with their graduation. Please be seated. Last week, as I contemplated these opening remarks, I resolved that while we're here to celebrate a most joyous occasion, and we're absolutely going to do that, it would be disingenuous of me to ignore the nature of the 4 years of high school that our seniors have experienced. Gladly, you all, your 9th grade was unblemished by COVID. Your sophomore year was rudely interrupted in March of 2020 by the pandemic. Your junior year was massively compromised, especially at the beginning when you came to school in your blue and gold cohorts. That seems so long ago now. And your senior year has thankfully seen a gradual return to something more approaching normality. Although those infernal masks, sorry about that, the tedious testing and disappointing positive results still had to be endured. While I do want to acknowledge the impaired and historically bizarre nature of your high school years, I also want to congratulate this class and thank them for their leadership, especially as role models for our younger students, and for their perseverance. I'm relieved that you have been able to experience the intrinsic elements of being a senior at Bullis. The Kaleva Day, homecoming, the senior faculty basketball, Habitat for Humanity, and more. The sentimental flow of these bittersweet lasts that come with graduating as a senior help you find closure with high school and move on to the next stage of life are important. You have thrived and succeeded despite the hardships. The faculty, your families, the Board of Trustees and the Bullis community are proud of your achievements. And achievements not merely measured by college placement, terrific though they are. Rather, we deem who you are as people as immeasurably more important. Much is expected from this class. We believe the best is yet to come. And your next stage of life, with regards to Bullis, is as an alumnus. You have the opportunity to have a lifelong relationship with your alma mater. And increasingly, our alumni are choosing to actively participate with Bullis. We currently have 32 parents who are alumni, and next year there will be 6 alums on the board. And that doesn't even count the hundreds of alums who are active on the association and increasingly participating in events. I recently received a letter from an alum, the class of 1963, a letter that was really inspiring. His 60th reunion will be next year. Your 60th reunion will be in 2082. When you attend homecoming that year and watch us beat prep, perhaps your parents, and certainly I, will be looking down upon you with pride and joy at your achievements over a lifetime. And as you gather with each other before, during and after that game, I will hope you look back on your time at Bullis all those years ago with deep fondness and gratitude. Parents, can I ask you to stand? I want to thank you deeply, of course, for the support you have shown your children, but also the support you have shown to Bullis and our faculty. In the 2 short years I've been at Bullis, I've been continually awed by the community spirit and desire to do the right thing. Thank you for your partnership. Colleagues, students, guests, once again, please join me in thanking our parents. And to reciprocate, I know that the students and parents join me in thanking our amazing faculty, not just the upper school teachers and college counsellors and administrators, but also the teachers through the years who have helped get you to this place. I'm sure that every one of you can remember a lower or middle school teacher whom you look back upon with fondness and gratitude. Please join me in thanking not only our current crop of amazing faculty, but those from former years too. Joining me on the stage this evening is Kira Orr, Assistant Head of the Upper School, Dean of the 12th grade class and alumna of the famous class of 1993. Bobby Policino, our Upper School Head, who's just completed his 18th year at Bullis. And finally, the Chair of our Board of Trustees, Pat Caulfield. I'll invite Pat to speak in a minute or two, but I do want to acknowledge the extraordinary work that our Board of Trustees carry out behind the scenes. While I'm completing, as I mentioned, my 2nd year as head, I was heavily involved the year before joining Bullis, and since then I've been deeply moved by the commitment and wisdom of our trustees. They truly give of their time, talent and treasure, and for few plaudits. It's unsung work, but Bullis is fortunate to have this group of volunteers who give so generously and in so many ways. And the prime exemplar of this is Pat Caulfield. Pat is a Bullis past parent and the current chair of our Board of Trustees. Pat, his wife Connie, their son Owen, class of 2014, and their daughter Fiona, class of 2020, bleed blue and gold. And that's even with Pat being an alumnus of a school that shall remain nameless. Pat has served on our Board of Trustees since 2012 and 6 years ago became chairman. Pat is entering his final year as a trustee, and our community is fortunate to benefit from his advocacy of Bullis, his wisdom and his steadfastness. 2 years ago, when virtually all other schools around us remained closed, Pat, encumbered by a new head of school, trusted and fully supported our decision to open. Thank goodness. I'm truly grateful. Please welcome Pat Caulfield.
Good evening. Christian, thank you for your very kind remarks, and thank you especially for your outstanding leadership of Bullis during extremely difficult times. On behalf of the Bullis Board of Trustees, I extend our warmest congratulations to you, the graduates of the Bullis class of 2022, and your family and friends on this celebratory occasion. Your accomplishments are many. You've distinguished yourselves in all the traditional ways that educational performance is measured: in the classroom, in the theaters and studios and concert halls, and on the fields and courts and athletic contests against your rivals. You've scored highly on standardized tests, entrance exams, and you've received scholarship offers to college. The list of colleges to which you've been accepted rivals any school's list anywhere, any year. Your parents and families are proud of these accomplishments. It's why they sacrificed to send you here to one of the leading private schools in the country. It's a hope and an expectation they had for you to reach these goals, and you have met those high expectations. But there's something else happening here too, something else remarkably rare, something else less easily measurable, something less easily definable, but something very wonderful. Let me illustrate by giving you a few of many other examples of things the members of the class of 2022 have done. Among this graduating class, sitting here behind me, are an author who published his first work of fiction through New Degree Press, a philanthropist who has 2 cancer research projects to her name, an owner of an online sneaker business, an actress who, after auditioning at the International Thespian Festival, received 22 callbacks, a musician who played at the World Symphony Orchestra, an entrepreneur who competed in the Diamond Challenge, which is a global high school competition, with a special glove they designed used to treat arthritis and paralysis, a student who created an international educational partnership with a school in Taiwan, and a NASA student researcher who is sending a CubeSat into outer space sometime between this year and 2025. And I have many more examples. I have more examples than I have time. But enough examples for me to say confidently that here at Bullis, the exceptional is actually the norm. So how is it that all of these exceptional things are happening here in addition to traditional excellence? The answer to that lies in the culture here at Bullis. It's a culture you matriculated into, but it's also a culture you have actively helped to create and pass on. It's a culture of collaboration. It's a culture of respect for others. It's a culture of curiosity, and it's a culture of fearlessness. It's a culture that's not easy to define, but it's very palpable. It's a culture that's not easy to replicate elsewhere, but it's not a trade secret. You can watch it in action every day on the Bullis campus. It's a gestalt where the whole exceeds the sum of its parts. Bullis is, in a word, unique. I hope your futures will carry you far and wide into the world because you have much to offer the world. But I also hope you hold dear what you had here and what you will always have here. Keep your classmates and the magnificent teachers and coaches and administrators and leaders you have had here close. Keep close to Bullis. As you grow older, you will come to appreciate more and more with each passing year how special this class of 2022 is. Congratulations and Godspeed.
Thank you, Pat, for that warm welcome and message from the Board of Trustees. It's my pleasure to introduce Phil Delacouris, who will deliver this evening's class welcome. Phil is the consummate community connector, a big man on campus. It's rare to see him conducting himself without his signature smile and willingness to extend a helping hand. And I mean that literally. Phil can be found at the entrance to our upper school building in the mornings, welcoming his classmates. Phil actually was abroad for his freshman year, attending the King's School in Macclesfield, and luckily had the good sense to leave the UK and come to Bullis. Since arriving sophomore year, he's been on fire intellectually, earning academic awards in math and science and taking every AP offering our science department offers. His interest in chemical engineering has led him to summer work with AstraZeneca in the Impurities Advisory Group and to a graduate lab at the University of Delaware, where he worked on predictive modelling. Phil embraces challenge with infectious enthusiasm and dogged determination, and perhaps nowhere is that more evident than his decision to join the football team as a new sophomore. Never mind that Phil had played football before, he figured that pre-season would be a great place to make new friends. This year, Phil served as co-captain and led our team to victory during homecoming. Whether on or off the field, he kept the student section fired up. We have all benefited from having Phil grace our campus these past 3 years, and the University of Pennsylvania is lucky to have him. Please welcome him to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. Educators, administrators, board members, distinguished guests, faculty, friends, and family. On behalf of the class of 22, welcome to our commencement ceremony. When I was bestowed this honor, I sat and I thought long and hard about how I wanted to open my message. I opted for the following observation. The observation that the greatest art of our time is often a product and a reflection of the significant cultural happenings of the period. The Mona Lisa reflected the novelty and the innovation of the Italian Renaissance. Tolstoy's War and Peace came about in a time of immense social and political insurrection in 19th century Russia. And in alignment with this trend, I now humbly present this speech on this fine evening, inspired by none other than a TikTok trend. Just bear with me. One day, mindlessly scrolling on social media as we youths do, I came across a video that asked, what was your "you cannot be a pilot if you're colorblind" moment? In other words, what was a time that you realized that a lifelong dream or passion could never be attained because of a small rule or caveat that you initially overlooked? Immediately, this idea stuck with me. And after briefly looking into the idea, I discovered that it actually comes from a movie, some of you may know it, Little Miss Sunshine, in which Steve Carell's character, Frank, famously says to his nephew, "Son, you can't fly jets if you're colorblind." In this moment, Frank's nephew, Dwayne, has a meltdown. He freaks out. He realizes that all of his hard work and all of his progress seen throughout the film is undone. Suddenly, a single line in an archaic rule book prevents Frank from fulfilling what he believes to be his life's purpose. The French have a very nifty little phrase for this exact concept, and it translates into the reason for one's existence, or as the French say, a raison d'etre. It is the driving force behind everything you do. It is the thing your life revolves around. The reason that we do things and the things that motivate us are very powerful. They're very interesting, they're very inspiring. But I've always found that the way we do things to be the much more important one. After all, an idea without action is just that, an idea. I believe that the way we do things, the way we stay true to our purpose, often can manifest itself in the form of our unique individual genius. And trust me, I recognize the irony of telling 129 high school seniors, all dressed in the same blue cap and gown, how valuable their individuality is, but again, I ask, bear with me. These past few years at Bullis have been transformative, but they were certainly tough. A bad grade here and there, a few big losses, a heartbreak or two, a few more heartbreaks. The moment you get to school at 7:56 and there's no more spots in the senior left, I never got that. I don't get it. Aside from the hardships, however, here at the Bullis School, I also did do a little bit of learning. Specifically, my years at Bullis helped me understand this elusive concept of genius. And before going further with my speech, I find it really important to define exactly what it is I mean by genius. And by genius, I don't mean the innate brilliance that the very few are born with. I mean the great potential for impact that the many can develop over the course of their life. Here at Bullis, I also learned that it's very difficult to assess what makes someone a genius, especially yourself. All forms of genius are very impressive. Thank you. But not all forms of genius are equally forthcoming. For example, we all notice the kid that can, thank you again. We all notice the kid that can sprint down the length of the field and secure the touchdown, or the kid that can effortlessly spit out the right numbers and get the right answer. But very few do we notice the ones that can connect with people, the ones that understand people. The altruist that has captured the moments of our class over the years through a camera lens, yet never seems to have a picture of themselves. The All-American who's secretly a foodie and can tell you the best wing spot in all of Bethesda. The one who can recall a game, play by play, and tell you exactly when the game was decided. Rook to e4, bishop f6, white castles, checkmate in 3 moves. By the way, all of the aforementioned examples are based on real events, even the chess thing. Seriously, during our study halls, we would sit around and play chess, like a lot, like every day. But my point is that genius is special, but it needs the right conditions to shine through. Genius is often lost, perhaps because it is novel. But what a shame it would be if novel genius didn't get the chance to express itself because of fear or insecurity, or maybe even because of a cataclysmic world pandemic. Through my education at Bullis, I've made sure to learn what I'm good at, and with equal fervor, what I am not so good at. After all, the only way to truly learn is to try things and fail. Failure really is the ultimate educator. It knows no boundary, it knows no comfort zone, it knows no anxiety, it knows no insecurity. Like death and taxes, failure really is inevitable. So I say, embrace it. If you find out you're not really a genius in one of the ways I've described, I say, keep on looking. There's no such thing as wasted time when you're young. It really is the perfect time to try and fail. I say, take on experiences, especially scary ones, and be enriched. Maybe, and yes, maybe, even fail. Carry the lessons you learn into life and continue to search for your genius, because I assure you it's there. With that class of 2022, I want to end on 3 really crucial imperatives. And as you guys are behind me, I guess I'll angle my body a little bit. First rule, never stop fulfilling your why, meaning always stay true to why you do things. 2, always continue to refine your genius. Work on what makes you great. And 3, and for me this really is the important one, never, ever, never let a silly little rule book stop you from flying your jet. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 22.
I have to move this down. There we go. Did you notice there was a shadow behind me as I was giving my introductory remark for Phil? Thank you very much, Phil, for those insightful comments and the gracious way that you dealt with the heckler in the boxes. Terrific. Mr. Caulfield mentioned that Bullis is unique. And in my experience, at least, it's unique to have co-valedictorians. And it's my real pleasure, I'm very proud to introduce the class of 2022 co-valedictorians, Julian Christensen and Henry Maravilla. I'm going to talk about it. You can stand there. Why don't you stand there? I get to talk about them. Also, two big shadows. Julian Christensen is erudite, inspiring, and models lifelong learning. At Bullis, his efforts have been widely recognised in various disciplines within our community, including the awards for excellence in science, English, and music. Julian is a National Merit Commended Scholar and an AP Scholar with distinction, having earned a 4 or 5 on every AP exam he's taken. Julian served as the stalwart president of our Model UN chapter and was the National Honour Society's Scholarship Pilar Chair, leaving behind a legacy of a resource database for all Bullis students to use. He's an accomplished vocalist and pianist, and you've likely heard him perform in our concert choir, in the pit orchestra, or with the Tacey Foundation. He's deeply interested in theoretical work and taking time to fully appreciate and understand the how and the why of patterns, strategies, and influence. This careful consideration has helped him find his intended course of study, economics, which he pursued this past summer through the University of Chicago's Pathways in Economics calculus-based course, where he earned a 95% final grade. Julian's interest in economics are mostly directed towards aviation and the airline industry. His hope to build and bridge global connectedness has taken him to over 50 countries and allowed him to spend time in 6 out of 7 continents. He maintains a detailed website that serves as a reference guide, providing relevant updates to travellers and a direct link to his travel consultation services. Julian shares his title of valedictorian with Henry Maravilla. Whip-smart and witty, with an insatiable curiosity that spans every academic discipline under the sun, Henry is an autodidactic with no teacher. Yet Henry, a logophile, knows and appreciates the distinction and nuance between need and want. The connections formed from teaching and mentorship are what he craves from his educational journey. He's been known to wake up around 4 a.m. to read, and this year he had twice weekly biblical Hebrew lessons at 5 a.m. Henry is a classic scholar seeking a stronger understanding of the human condition through language. He's earned the seal of biliteracy after taking AP Latin, has completed a year-long independent study in Attic Greek. Henry has an equal appreciation and love for the sciences. He's taken the AP Science trifecta, biology, chemistry, and physics. Henry hasn't had a study hall in 3 years. As someone who seeks to uplift others, Henry has been dedicated director of Bullis Student Tutors. He created the debate club. He regularly hosts biodiversity appreciation sessions at Rockville Science Centre and tutors with Shepherd Pratt. In the creative realm, Henry is an oboist and clarinetist, having earned superior ratings as a member of the Bullet Jazz Ensemble, and has taken classes in comic strip writing, learning how to be a storyteller. And he's a published author of a fantasy novel on Amazon. Students, such as Julian and Henry, remind educators why they love to teach. They elevate the discussion and don't know how to stop exploring. Please welcome Julian and Henry.
Thank you for the introduction. On behalf of the two of us, we would like to welcome the upper school administration, our head, Mr. Sullivan, the board of trustees, our fantastic Bullis faculty, our families, and most importantly, the class of 2022. And I am personally ecstatic that I'm able to share this honor and speech with one of my best friends, Julian Christensen. Since we met in 6th grade, we both encouraged each other to embrace our own interests. His planes, mine ants. Funny enough, he gets nervous around insects flying, and I get nervous around planes flying. It works. Throughout my Bullis experience, I've always been vocal about my love for ants. I won't even mention the tarantulas. Ants are rarely noticed, commonly perceived to all be the same, and are generally considered pests, as for whatever reason, they have this slight reputation for invading kitchens. But for me, they make great pets. What has amplified my love for ants, though, is not the fact that they use social insects or that they come in all shapes and sizes, but my peers' outlook on my hobby. When I mentioned my love for ants to my peers, expecting a repulsed reaction, tying back to the whole pest thing, people instead asked me questions about my colonies, such as, what do you keep them in? How many colonies do you have? Do they all have names? These questions and genuine acts of interest speak kilometers to me about our class and our community at Bullis. People's interests, however obscure, are not only respected but genuinely inquired upon. We as a class are interested in getting to know each other and appreciating everyone around us, rather than staying exclusively in our own respective lanes. This support of individuals has also propelled student proposals and leadership of nearly 40 different clubs in the upper school. SGA has gone to great lengths to showcase who we are as individuals. My favorite example of this, of course, is the game we played at the beginning of every Friday assembly, Guess the Bulldog, where a community member wears the school mascot and greets people as they walk in, and from there the mystery unfolds. From Paige having the whole Cat in the Hat movie memorized, to Dr. Turbush having hiked 300 miles of the Appalachian Trail, it has always brought me great joy to learn interesting facts about the people in our community. Continuing a focus on individualism during assemblies, NHS started moments of gratitude, where members would read compliments and appreciative notes from their peers that honor teachers' unique and individual styles. Whether they use humor to lighten a stressful situation, like exams, or apply whatever we are learning in the classroom to the world around us, such as taking the physics class outside with a tennis ball launcher and predicting where the ball will land. Velocity graphs, anyone? Each teacher proffers their own interests and personalities to enrich their lessons. With that inspiration in mind, we bring this attitude forward when helping each other through difficult coursework. In both student tutors, students help their peers master challenging concepts through one-to-one tutoring and so much more. Our school also works to donate food for our Thanksgiving basket drive each year. Ranging from cereal drives to building houses for Habitat for Humanity, our class puts such a strong emphasis on service and never backs down from the opportunity to help one another, each in our own way. Whether on the stage or on the field, in the bit lab or in the art studio, just as ants collectively work together to aid and support their colonies, we, as the class of 2022, embrace our own individuality to enrich and support the greater community around us.
I am also extremely honored to be sharing this prestigious award and speech with one of my best friends, Henry Miravilla. Today, we all celebrate our shared past, in addition to the 125 paths we are about to embark upon. As we head out upon our journeys, how should we continue the individuality that we have developed? My personal conviction is to follow what makes us want to learn, act, and grow. We know that college and our future, both academically and personally, will further broaden our opportunities to create varied courses in pursuing knowledge, degrees, and careers. What is crucial in forming our own paths as individuals is find exactly what drives us to learn and improve, and then to pursue it. As Henry briefly mentioned, I have long since had a profound interest in many aspects of commercial aviation. My interest is certainly for less conventional aspects of aviation and has looked different as years have passed. From a very early age, I would memorize airline liveries or airport codes and layouts, though now, for example, I enjoy reading about more economic aspects of the industry. topics which might bore others. But perhaps this is the purpose, having such an interest, finding what you want to research or act upon, no matter how tedious or perhaps fascinating to others the subject may be. Disregard preconceptions or others' opinions about your interests that hinder you from personal growth. Belief and passion without the will to further your path along it not only limits you by wasting opportunities for satisfaction and impactfulness, but it also constrains the specific field or industry or cause that drives you. By staying committed to your interests, you also provide yourself with an advantage, because staying true to your passions naturally builds a strong work ethic, spurs action, and ultimately provides contentment within one's life. Although my interest in commercial aviation came rather early in my life and has helped me establish my individuality, we will all have remarkable opportunities, especially in the next 4 years, to find whatever drives us to persist, learn, and grow. Let us also prudently keep our doors open. Doing so will allow us to discover those countless opportunities. Embrace these possibilities we have ahead, even amidst uncertainty about the future, and let them map out our paths as individuals. Don't limit your aspirations to what you think you can accomplish immediately. Setting higher and broader goals will, I believe, be more fulfilling. Setting challenging ones with relation to what area or field you believe in ultimately drives you to progress and persevere. Keeping in mind your end goals as motivators can carry you through both the more difficult and fortunate times that await. As individuals, we can only create our own paths, and the most meaningful and productive path for us in the world will most often be the one where we follow what we believe in. So, as we head out upon the future, embarking upon our 125 different paths, confidently seek whatever makes you want to learn, because it will make the greatest effect on yourself, and let your enthusiasm for it have the greatest impact on the world. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2022.
So it's actually my great pleasure to present the first certificates this evening, the Valedictorian certificates, and the first one is to Henry Maravilla. Have you taken both of them, Henry? Is there one there or two? We have one valedictorian and Julian Christensen. Julian and Henry, thank you very much for your inspiring words, and I should say Phil as well, who was chosen by the students to give their remarks. I thought all three students gave remarkable speeches and noteworthy. We're proud and we look forward to Julian and Henry's success. Julian's off to University of Chicago and Henry is off to Yale. Our faculty is instrumental in the success of our students. So we take a few moments at each commencement to recognise 4 members of the faculty who have served with distinction. We have many fine teachers here at Bullis, and selecting 1 or 4 excellent teachers each year is a challenging task. It's my pleasure to award the 2022 David S. Stone Foundation Excellence in Teaching Award to Wesley Wood. Unfortunately, Wes had a family emergency tonight that prevents him from being here, but I want to read the citation very publicly, and then I will give the prize and certificate on Friday when we have our closing faculty meetings. Wes was identified by the Greater Washington Association of Teachers of Foreign Language Organization as Teacher of the Year. He met with congressional leaders to advocate for language education in Maryland. He served as a member of the Maryland delegation for the Joint National Committee for Language, and he presents at both local and national levels. He's a consummate professional, an outstanding Latin and French instructor. Congratulations and absentia to Wes. Our next faculty awards are the Richard Young Faculty First Awards. Many years ago, the Blair family bestowed a special endowment in honour of Dr. Young so that we could award 3 outstanding faculty members each year. I would like to invite Jennifer Blair Reyes to the podium. A Bullis alum of the class of 1989 and a past Bullis parent, Jennifer is here to represent the Blair family and present the faculty awards. Please welcome Jennifer.
Good evening again. Congratulations, class of 22. Oh my gosh, to be so young. Oh, what I would do. It's my pleasure to present the Dick Young Faculty First Award. The awards are named in honor of the former Bullis head of school, Dr. Young, who believed in honoring the quality efforts of each teacher. We give these awards to 3 faculty members who demonstrate excellence in teaching and who embody the values of the Bullis School. The 3 recipients receive our recognition as well as a stipend to reinforce our support for their effort. The first award for building warm, close relationships with our Bullis students, parents, and colleagues, for encouraging all students and teaching the community with a growth mindset while maintaining clear and high expectations, for respecting children as individuals and using teachable moments as learning points to create a strong, inclusive place of belonging, for helping to build our social, emotional learning and health program into a highly regarded, outstanding component of the Bullis education experience, for choosing joy in each moment and being a rock, not only for the lower school, but for Bullis. The Faculty First Award goes to Liz Martinez. Two more. And our next Faculty First Award goes to the upper school social studies teacher. Has made a tremendous impact in our community, both in and out of the classroom. She consistently seeks opportunities to grow as an educator and to develop lesson plans that will support the growth of her students. Whether guiding discussions on how to complete research with her 9th grade human geography students or diving deep into the content of AP World History, her students benefit from her genuine care and support. Outside of her social studies classes, she is the driving force behind our advisory program and recently completed an extensive professional development experience that has led to the social shifting its advisory curriculum next year to collaborate with a nationally recognized organization, the Social Institute. We are also very lucky to have this committed and dedicated teacher working with our students every day and serving for a role model for so many. The Faculty First Award goes to Kathy Valentin. Faculty First Award, the upper school world language teacher that has made a tremendous impact in our community, both in and out of the classroom. In fact, her work in the classroom extends across campus, as she also provides instruction in the middle school. During her time at Bullis, we have seen the Chinese language program grow and thrive. She has developed courses through level 5, and next year she will guide our first ever AP Chinese course. On any given day, she is leading lessons in 7 different levels of Chinese, from level 1 in the middle school through level 5 to the upper school. The planning and organization required to skillfully differentiate her classes is immense. This spring, our award winner brought 3 students to the 15th Regional U.S. Chinese Language Proficiency Competition. All 3 students placed first and second in their age group, and this teacher was honored with the distinctive of excellent instructor. We are truly fortunate to have such a committed and dedicated teacher working for us. With all our students, every day and always a role model. Caring, challenging, and community, the Bullis motto. The Faculty First Award goes to Shui Ying Clark.
Many congratulations to Wes, to Liz, to Kathy, to Shui Ying, and to all of our teachers for a terrific year and their hard work and dedication. Jennifer was upset that I mentioned her graduation year, but I actually did make a mistake. It's the class of 2003. Sorry about that. Thank you very much to Jennifer and to the entire Blair family. I would like to now recognise the 11 graduates who've attended Bullis since the 3rd grade. Somewhat ambiguously, we call them our lifers. They're affectionately called our lifers, and they represent in style and spirit the very essence of what makes Bullis so special. Of course, all our students are now lifers. I hope and do believe that they'll have a lifetime relationship with the school, but these 11 have been with us the longest. Bullis lifers, as I call your name, would you please stand and be recognised? Lily Bernstein. Julian Christensen. Gillian Cohen. Andrew Dixon. Ava Drescher. Julia Evans. Demi Fragionis. Robert Hayes. Billy Helming. Sebastian Micaiah. And Callie Satin. Congratulations to all our lifers and to all our graduates. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce our head of upper school, Robert J. Policino, who will be giving the charge to the class and reading the names of the class of 2022.
Jay. Good evening. Congratulations to the class of 2022, or the Deuces, as Miss Orr refers to you. At the start of this school year, I noted that your class was the only one who had completed a full year at the Bullis School that was not interrupted by the pandemic. Your 9th grade year, 2018-2019, was the last year that was not impacted. You had the challenge and the privilege of carrying the upper school student body back to a normal Bullis. We wanted this to be a great year for all students, but especially you, our senior class. And that would only be possible with your help, guidance, and commitment to reaffirming our school motto, caring, challenging community. But what would success look like for you? According to legendary basketball coach John Wooden, success is the peace of mind, which is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing you made the effort to become the best you're capable of becoming. So what did that look like? As a class, it meant bonding at Kaleva with the bonfire. It meant new numbers painted on our stadium, a homecoming dance outside on the football field, countless hours on college essays and applications, studying for exams, writing papers, and finishing APs. But more importantly, it was about creating connections and memories. This happened across community at our assemblies, in the dining hall, in the dog pound at games, or in the auditorium at performances. It was about being the best classmate, teammate, and community member that you could be, so our underclassmen would understand what it truly means to be a Bullis Bulldog. Instead of seeing this year as a challenge, you saw it as an opportunity to persevere, grow, and develop. You took the opportunity and you ran away with it. You're leaving a legacy behind for future Bullis students. You've left an indelible mark on this community, and I thank you for that. So where do you go from here? No one can tell you the answer to that question, as it's up to you, similar to the words you heard from your classmates today. But what I do ask is that you remember what you overcame in the past 4 years, that you believe in yourselves, and that you use the strength that you gained to take risks. Because as Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Congratulations, class of 2022. It is now time to confer the diplomas. Mr. Caulfield, Mr. Sullivan, I present to you the class of 2022. They have completed all requirements for graduation as set forth by the Board of Trustees. Oliver John Abushakra. Ava Lee Albertini. Kendall Blair Allen. Layla Ayana Anderson. Adam Z. Nguafo. Goldie B. Aronson. Catherine Virginia Austin. Lillian Minturn Bass. Thomas Luke Bentivolio. Allison Hillary Berman. Lily Hannah Bernstein. Lindley Gwoji Osborne Burchard. Sébastien Francois Blanc. Oliver Alexander Bridges. Dalton Keegan Brown. Willard Reppard Burks IV. Charlotte Ann Kane. Merrick Emerson Carey. Salar Chima. Zishin Chun. Wenbo Chun. Chloe E. Chon. Julian Jens Christensen. Jack Nathaniel Cohen. Jillian Rose Cohen. Xavier McLean Cook. Joseph Michael Couch. William Sean Dalforno. Caden Bryant Adams Daniels. Philip Anastasios Delacouros. Andrew Vaughn Dixon. Samuel Patrick Donahue. Ava Jaden Drescher. Logan Page Dross. Mitchell Gallen Dwyer. Talion Merrick Elliott, Jr. Ibanka Fernanda Espinosa. Julia Romine Evans. We did practice this. Yeah. Nae Tammy Evans. Xiaodong Fawn. Demi Constance Fragianis. Trinity Gabrielle Franklin. Aleka Gianna Frazier. Cole Samuel Friedlander. Amelia Elizabeth Fries. Benjamin Owen Gordon. Autumn Joan Mallon Gravely. Kendall Joanne Green. Theodore Herbert Green. Jake Holden Greenberg. Sasha Allward Hansen. Claire Taylor Harvey. Robert Garson Hayes. Grace Kateri Heinzelman. William Train Helmig. Jared Baker Jacoby. Jalen Rain Jenkins. Adam Junadine. Ana Kanyandekwe Andeme. Mira Sinha Kara. Spencer Elena Kirsch. Eli Aaron Croskin. Danae Kiera Latham. Joshua Samuel Letterberg. Jocelyn Katrina Lee. Ryan Edward Lee. Juliana Ray Leith. Nathan Christopher Lewis. Richard Lee. Alec Michael Luderman. Christian J. MacArthur. Sean Mao. Henry George Maravilla. Anthony Amir Martin. Donovan Carl Mooney. Aiden Joshua McDuffie. Michaela Gabrielle McFarland. Nolan John McHugh. Reese David McHugh. Sebastian Makaya. Angelina Anastasia Melgar Escobar. Paige Celeste Merrill. Seven, Rachel Miles. Charles Hannon Muller. Andrew Ryan Noby. Sungwon Oh. Rashida B. Oradedi. Luke Brendan Owen. Farah Mitra Pahlavi. Talia Maria Paniatopoulos. Perry Ellington Perkins. Naomi Siona Princeton. William Ethan Rathmel. Jasmine Celine Rice. Anna Rose Elizabeth Robinson. Leah Morgan Ross. Thomas Richard Rossi. Jake Hunter Roth. Ben Shala Rothschild. Noel Christian Rupley. Gideon Stigharry Salen. Callie Satin. Luke Emerson Schroeder. Andrew David Schwab. Ethan Henry Segerman. Jingyi Xiao, in absentia. Leo Grant Tupper Schiff. Lauren Amanda Sides. Jessica Faith Michelle Sipman. Charles Edward Sims. Ketis Sinishow. Noah Renier Smith. Noah. Reagan Olivia Smith. Carolyn Duke Tang. Ashley Olivia Thomas. Dayon Vincent Thomas. Amaya Nicole Turner. Safira Tansen Ula. Donovan James Walter. Shinya Wen. Garrison Avery Williams. Andrew Thomas Wilson. Jamari Anwar Young. Yolanda Yuhom Jun. Cameron Fowler Zier.
And now, graduates, please stand. Move your tassels from right to left. Distinguished guests, family members, faculty, friends, and trustees, I have the distinct pleasure of presenting to you the graduating class of 2022. The lyrics for our alma mater were written by our former head of school, Larry Bullis, class of '54, a son of the school's founders, William and Lois Bullis. The song has been sung at Bullis School for decades. The lyrics echo the school's early ties with the Naval Academy. Please stand as we sing the Bullis alma mater. Thank you, everyone, for making this evening such a wonderful occasion for all of us and for all our graduates. Without further ado, I ask that you please stand for the recession of the seniors and the faculty. Congratulations to our graduates.